Howdy, folks. Big Anklevich here. It is time for another week of Final Boss Mode. What happens this week? Things going to work out? I'm doing one meal a day this week. How is that going to work? Let's head in and check it out here on Big Anklevich on Health. Okay, it is Sunday, first day of the week, and how did it go? Well, of course, I weighed myself this morning, and it was 201 is where I'm at, so that's what I'm starting the week at. And we're trying to do what I did last week, what I said I was going to do last week, and do one meal a day, and this time I'm going to actually do it. This morning when I got up, I finished up my fast, and I made it all the way to 46 and a half hours. That was because I was doing the one meal a day type thing already starting yesterday. Or I guess one meal. I ate my two meals at once, going all the way back on Friday when I did eat. I didn't eat Saturday. This morning, after I finished fasting at 46 hours, I ate a lot of food. Look at this freaking humongous plate of food. That's basically 2 pounds of meat. It's like a pound of chicken, I think, if I remember right. A pound of chicken, like a half pound of pork, and a half pound of beef. It's all smoked stuff, so it's pretty darn good. And I sat down and I ate my way through every last bit of it. And since then, I haven't been hungry for a second, not even for a minute. So I did pretty good. I also got out and did my walk today. Not a big one, nothing like I did yesterday, which was 27,000. No, instead I just kept it kind of normal. I only made it to 12,000. So it was fine. It's plenty, a good walk. And then, here's one other thing that I thought was pretty interesting. Check this out. I happened to open up my app today and saw that today was my 1,000th day being strict on carnivore. That's almost 3 years, not quite, getting close. But 1,000 straight days of sticking with carnivore and being good with the carnivore. Not going off, not getting eating carbs. I haven't had vegetables or anything to any extent. I've had, a small amount of, I don't know, probably onions or something like that mixed into something here and there. But for the most part, nothing. Almost nothing. So I've been strict carnivore for 1,000 days today. Pretty cool. But that's what I got for you today. Let's see what happened on Monday. Okay, it is Monday, and today was pretty good. I got up and I weighed myself, and I was 202.4, which is a little bit up from yesterday, which is kind of a bummer, but it's not unexpected. It's not up a lot, which is a good thing, just 1.4 pounds. That kind of always happens after a fast as I go up a little bit. So hopefully maybe I'll come back down a little bit tomorrow, and we'll be on our way. I don't know. For my meal, I had one big meal. I'm going to do that all week, just one meal a day. My meal was this smoked pork roast that I had. Probably wasn't a full 2 pounds, but I don't know. I could have eaten more. I'm actually starting to feel slightly hungry right now, or just before I'm going to bed. So maybe it would have been good to have a little bit more food. I don't know. But that's all I had. I guess I could have got different meat for the rest of it, but that's what I had. And I don't know. The other thing, too, I wonder about is, do you count meat, the weight of meat, after it's cooked or before? Like if you're saying, okay, I'm having a pound of, hamburger, are you having it once it's cooked already or before it's cooked? I count it before it's cooked. So this stuff probably could have been 2 pounds after it was cooked. I don't know. Like before it was cooked, now it's not after it's cooked, but you know what I mean. Anyways, I also had some bone broth. I meant to mention this yesterday. I had some bone broth yesterday, and I've had some today, and I'll have some tomorrow. I'm going to have some with each meal this week, but check this stuff out. It is so awesome. It's like got so much collagen in it. It's like meat jello. It's like jigglers. I wonder if I could make jigglers, carnivore jigglers. Probably not, but I could probably make carnivore jello with that stuff. If I just filled a whole big container with that bone broth and then let it get cool, that would be pretty awesome, right? Sprinkle some salt on top as the sugary part. Anyways, so I had that. I did some walking at work. I did some more walking when I got home. Did this in several stages, and I managed to get 18,000 steps altogether in like 3 different walks that I did today. So did pretty well. So everything's going good, and I'm gonna hit the sack, get some sleep, and see if I can't lose some weight. Let's check out and see how it turned out. Okay, it is Tuesday, and this morning when I got up, I weighed myself, and I was... No, that is not a repeat of yesterday's. I weighed 202.4. Yes, I weighed exactly the same. So, didn't make any progress today. I guess I didn't have any, I didn't fall off any worse either. So, I guess there's 2 ways to look at it. I was hoping to make some progress in the right direction, but maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully, at the very least, I just hope I don't go the wrong direction. I don't know. When I had my meal, it was this big old thing of smoked chuck roast that I made, I think it's 2 weekends ago now. And that was pretty tasty. I enjoyed that. Also drank that bone broth with it, and that was lovely as well. And then later I went on my walk. I did a lot of walking at work and then some more walking at home. It was a big walking day. I wound up with 25,000 steps, and that was just fine. So hopefully that helps me make progress, all that stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe this 1 meal a day thing isn't the way to go. But we're going to give it a whole week and see. So let's see what happened tomorrow. Okay, it is Wednesday, and I got up and I weighed myself this morning, and I was 202.2, which is 0.2 pounds down from yesterday. So it basically stayed steady for 3 days in a row. I have pretty much not changed at all. So I'm really leaning towards thinking that the 1 meal a day thing is not the way to go. I was still doing it today. I got up and I had this chicken and some bone broth as part of my meal. Chicken is chicken that I smoked a few weekends ago. This was more food than I have eaten in the last few days. So it was a full 2 pounds of chicken, even after being cooked. And it was pretty good. It was pretty tasty. I managed to finish it all, and I was good and full. I did still manage to blow it, though. I came home and I was cooking up my food for tomorrow. I don't have any more already smoked stuff. I had to cook some ground beef, so I put 2 pounds of ground beef into the frying pan, and I cooked it up. And as I was pulling it out, I tasted a little bit of it, and it tasted really good. And I don't know if this ever happens to you, but this sometimes happens to me. I put it in my mouth and I chewed it up, and then immediately my stomach was like, oh, whoa, food? We can have food right now? I didn't know that was an option. And the hunger just went through the roof. Suddenly my stomach was just like crazy for more. And I didn't want to eat the ground beef that I just cooked for tomorrow. So stupidly, I grabbed what other meat we had in the fridge that I could eat, which I should have just eaten the ground beef, probably. I should have just eaten it and then cooked some more. But instead, I ate the cold meats that we already have. So I had some ham, some pepperoni, some salami. Shouldn't have had that stuff. I know that it's going to make me retain water. I shouldn't have eaten it, but I did. And then I was just thinking, gosh, what could I eat instead of eating cheese? I don't want to eat cheese. I should eat some. My stomach was just like, let's do this. It was so hyped. And I was just trying to come up with something, and I thought, well, I could have bacon. That's something that's probably not so bad. So I got in the car and I went and I got some bacon, and I cooked some bacon, And then I ate some bacon. And when I ate the bacon, I ate a bunch of butter with it because I'm just like, this will fill me up and make me not want to eat anymore. And I ate a pound of bacon along with a bunch of butter. And when I finished that, my stomach was stuffed, and I realized, dang it, I blew it. I could have eaten just some butter or something like that, some tallow or something, giving myself a bunch of fat. And I got to keep that in mind next time I have something like this, because this happens to me a lot of the times when I blow it. For these last 4 or 5 weeks in a row, or however long it's been that I keep blowing it, it's something like that where I get a little bit hungry and I don't know what to do, and so I wind up eating salami, and then it makes me retain water, and then I get frustrated because I gain weight, and then I eat more stuff, and it's like a stupid cycle that keeps happening. But next time I should just eat butter, eat a bunch of butter or a bunch of tallow, something that's going to make me change my mind. I'm going to be full, and I'm going to not, it's all right, but eating just cold butter is not particularly pleasant. If you eat it with something else, it can be good, but just it by itself, not so great. So maybe doing that can get me off of that train and just going, oh, okay, that's fine. That's all I need. I don't need more. I don't know. I'll have to try that next time and see what I can do. But yeah, I'm super annoyed. That means that I'm going to be gaining weight tomorrow. So I get my 3 days in a row of weighing the same are over. I'm sure I'll gain something. I'll probably gain like 5 pounds at least, or 10, or I don't know. I don't think that I ate too bad to go like 10 pounds up. I didn't have any pork rinds, so maybe that'll help. Hopefully it does. I'm actually considering not weighing myself tomorrow, just so that I don't get upset and wind up doing something stupid. We'll have to see. I'll think about that. I did do my walking. I was walking plenty at work, and then I did a little bit more walking when I got home. So I managed to get 12,000 steps on the day. So I'm still going with I think I'm at 207 or 8 days straight of 10,000 steps or more. So that's going well. I can't manage to make it through a week being good though with eating. I just blew it again today, and it's gonna be a big speed bump. It's gonna slow me down. I was right on the edge at the end of last week. I was at 201, and now I'm gonna be up. Well, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's not too bad, but I'm not holding my breath. Okay, it is Thursday, and I did what I said I was going to do. I did not weigh myself this morning, and it was probably a good idea. I think it was probably smart. Didn't weigh myself, and I also decided to fast today. Now, it's going to be a really short fast because I didn't even start fasting until, like 4 yesterday afternoon. So in the end, it'll be pretty short, but maybe, hopefully, it'll counteract the negative effects of me eating an extra meal super late at night. Okay, so what did I do today? Well, I did still do my walking, not as much as I usually do though, because my neck, I don't know what I did to it, but my neck has been hurting for the last little while, and it just keeps, I don't know, it's not like it's getting worse, it's just not going away. I sleep normal, and usually after a day or two of sleep, it's fine, but I'm several days in and it's still bugging me, so I decided to walk a little bit less. I think it might be due to my shoes, causing issues with my back, causing issues with my neck, all the way up. Big kinetic chain, as they say. So I'm trying to give it a rest. So I only did 13,000 steps today. It's still plenty. We'll see. Tomorrow maybe I'll do the same, or maybe I'll do less. I don't know. Anyways, let's go see what happens tomorrow to see what I weigh in at in the morning. Did this fast help? Okay, it is Friday, and I got up this morning, I weighed myself. Looks like the fast did basically what I wanted it to do. I mean, obviously I was hoping it would be even better, but I weighed myself. I weighed 202.8, which is slightly up, but basically I'm in the 202 range, which is exactly where I was before I ate that extra food the other day. And so the fast kind of nullified that, which is, I guess, a good thing. I'm going to fast again tomorrow. And we'll see if I make some progress off of that. This 1 meal a day thing didn't really work out for me. I just kind of stuck, which is not what I'm hoping for, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll give it another chance in a month or two or so. We'll see if I get the hankering to try that again. But I finished up my fast. It was a shorter one, so it was only 35 hours when I finished it up. And I had myself this big old thing of 2 pounds of ground beef and some bone broth with it. And that was my first meal for the day. I decided I wasn't going to make it my only meal, especially since I was going to go straight into another fast. Later, I had another pound of ground beef. I forgot to take a picture of it, which I don't usually do, but I totally forgot to take one. And that was my food for the day. I did plenty of walking at work, came home and did more walking. And in the end, I finished out with 17,000 steps, which is a good total. So sticking to all that stuff, we'll see how the fast works. Is it going to get me under? Will I get into Wonderland again? That would be neat. But will it get me out of 202? Been stuck here. I kind of want to go to Wonderland because I started the week at 201, went up to 202, stayed here all week except for that short period when I had to fast my way back down. But I don't know where I went to because I didn't weigh myself. So that's fine. But yeah, I'd like to get under. We'll see how it goes. I guess I got to get through the fast first and find out. Okay, it is Saturday, and it was interesting. I got up and weighed myself this morning, and surprisingly, I didn't go up after eating yesterday. I came down a little bit even, and I'm back at 202.4, which is now the third time this week I've weighed that exact same weight. I don't know, I guess that's good. I'm fasting now. I've been fasting all day, and I'm gonna keep doing it until tomorrow morning before I weigh in, and then I'll be done with the fasting and I'll move on. I got up this morning and went for my walk really early in the morning when it was still dark outside, so you can't really see anything in this video of me doing my walk, but I got in 10,000 steps, more than that, on my walk, and then added a few more throughout the rest of the day. So I finished out with 15,000 steps, so hit that target too. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what happens for the end of this week. Did I actually lose any weight? Did I get down under 201, which is what I started at this week, or not? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Let's head over and check that out. Okay, so there you go. That was this week. It was interesting, you know, it was not what I expected. The 1 meal a day thing really didn't do much for me, did not go as I'd hoped, and that was a bit of a bummer. But I almost blew it, and then I corrected back, and in the end, I was right back where I'd started from, hoping to try and get some progress. And the whole thing was, what am I going to weigh in at the end of the week? What is it going to turn out? Well, I got up and I weighed myself this morning. And where was I? Well, last week, at the end of the week, I was at 201.0 to start out the week. So that's last week's total. This week, I was at 199.8. Check that out. That's right. It's Wonderland. Can you believe it? I mean, it's barely Wonderland. It's as close as it gets because this thing only goes by 2/10. It never does a single tenth. It only does 2/10 of a pound. So 199.8 is it's the only number. It's the first number below 200. So I barely made it, but that's exciting. You know, I haven't been at 100 and I don't know. It's been like a month or more since I got under 200. That's cool. I don't think I'll stay there because, you know, it's the end of a fast. I'll go back up a little bit. But if I'm good this coming week, maybe I can keep it there. Maybe I can get it back down and maybe even make slight progress. Be 198 by the end of the week or something. I don't know. We shall see. Here's an interesting fun fact for you. Today is March 1st, which now is 1 year since Marshall and I decided to really go in on this and get going. I had been doing carnivore for a while at that point. I was kind of struggling though. I'd been good. I'd been really good. I'd gotten right down to the very edge of Wonderland. I was at 200.6, I think, one time a few months before that. But I was never able to actually crack into the Wonderland realm. And then I thought, oh, well, maybe I should stop fasting and see what happens. See if my body just needs to eat more. And that's why I can't break that glass floor. It's not really a glass ceiling if you're going down, right? Anyways, yeah, I was just hoping that maybe that would work, but it didn't. I gained a lot of weight by not fasting. I kept getting more and more weight, and I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And then I fought to get it back down, and I went back up, and I got it back down. And at the point last March, a year ago, I was in really bad shape. I didn't care. I was still eating carnivore. I've been carnivore for more than 1,000 days now. But I was drinking cream. I'd found cream at Costco that had no crap in it. It was just, the ingredients were cream. Didn't say cream and carrageenan, which they all seem to have. And now, sadly, Costco's cream has carrageenan in it, so I don't buy it anymore. But at that time, I found it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's pure cream. I'm getting it. And I was getting it like every day and just chugging this stuff, chugging it down, and it was making me so fat. And so 1 year ago, this was what I weighed. 250.2. I had gone all the way up over 250, which was pretty darn bad. And I felt pretty crappy. And so I said this. I am here to tell you that things are going to change a little bit. I have been having some difficulties. Been having real struggle recently. I've been just kind of stuck in a rut. And so the other day I got a text from Marshall Latham. I don't know if you remember Marshall Latham, but he has been a regular contributor to this channel. And we talk now and then. And he texted me the other day and said, okay, I am willing and ready to do some kind of a challenge. I need to get myself going again. And I was thankful to hear it because I was in the same problem. Yeah, that is what I was saying. I needed to make a change. Something had to happen. Marshall and I decided that we would get together and we would keep each other in check. We would try and support each other. And that's what we did. We supported each other, and we really kind of stuck to our goals for the most part. And I made some big progress. Some months were better than others, but I made general progress. And eventually I finally hit Wonderland, which was a first for me. You know, I hadn't been at Wonderland probably since, I don't know, I was like 18 or 19, 20 years old, something like that, 21. So it was pretty exciting to do that, to finally get to that goal. And now I'm just trying to get to my final goal, my last goal, 185 pounds. Getting closer. I'm in the 100s, and it's pretty exciting. And yeah, this is pretty great. I have to say, after 1 year, I have to say thank you to Marshall for getting me on this road, because it really made a difference for me. You can tell by how much better I look, much thinner, and how much better I feel great. And yeah, it's been an awesome time. So I'm really happy that we finally did that, and I was able to finally get over that hump. And basically, I'm still sticking there. I'm back at Wonderland again, and I'm hanging around. As always, some months are better than others, but, it's been a good month. And March coming up. March was a good month last year. April was even better, if I remember right. So we'll see if we can really do something this spring. My plan for this week, and I mentioned this, I don't know, I think last week or something, where I was saying, gosh, if I could just get under control for once, I would like to try some experiments. Well, last week the experiment was 1 meal a day, which didn't do a whole lot for me. This week, I mentioned that I wanted to try a week where I just ate eggs and nothing else. Well, I'm going to try that this week. I went to the store and I bought 10 dozen eggs. So I'm going to eat 2 dozen eggs a day for the days that I eat. I'm still going to fast on Tuesday and Saturday. So 2 dozen eggs a day for the next 2 weeks. Or sorry, for the next week. And we're going to see just how that goes. Do I gain weight? Do I lose weight? Or maybe it's terrible. Maybe my stomach just has a revolt. Maybe I'm one of those people that's sensitive to eggs and I just never realized it until I ate only eggs and nothing else and it became obvious. Well, I guess we'll find out. But yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. I think that it's going to be good. I think it's going to make a big difference. I think I'm going to finish out this week with less weight than 199.8. Maybe even 199.6 next Sunday, huh? That would be amazing, right? Come down another 0.2 pounds. We'll see. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be good. So tune in next week and see how it went. And I'll see you guys then on Big Anklevich on Health.